Canada. Hello, everyone. My name is Stefan Keys. I am a journalist here in the nation's capital with CTV Ottawa, and it is my distinct pleasure to be with you here today celebrating citizenship on Canada Day 2020. Je m'appelle Stefan Keys. Je suis un journaliste avec CTV à Ottawa, and I'm so happy to be here with all of you. Et je suis ravi de présenter la célébration de la citoyenneté en ce jour de fête de Canada. Thanks to all of you tuning in at home, and happy Canada Day. Bon fête de Canada. Also, thank you to the Institute of Canadian Citizenship, Mars and Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada for organizing today's celebration and bringing us all together. Merci beaucoup. Puisque nous célébrons la fête de Canada différemment cette année, une opportunité se présente à nous rencontrer virtuellement des personnes qu'autrement nous n'aurions peut-être jamais vues, de vivre ensemble des expériences auxquelles autrement nous n'aurions peut-être pas eu accès. As we all come together in a different way this Canada Day, it actually provides us an opportunity to connect virtually with people we may not otherwise have seen, to share in experiences we might not otherwise have had access to. Today, you're joining people from coast to coast to coast to share in a celebration of Canada and our multiculturalism. Aujourd'hui, nous venons de tous les coins de Canada pour célébrer ensemble le Canada et notre multiculturalisme. Cette célébration de citoyenneté est une expression de unité et d'espoir. Je suis incroyable reconnaissant d'être ici pour partager ce moment avec vous tous. This celebration of citizenship is an expression of unity and of hope, and I am so grateful to be here sharing with all of you. Our live stream today includes a ton of great stuff, but the highlight for me is that we'll get to watch Canada's first cross-country virtual citizenship ceremony. Nous allons voir la première cérémonie de citoyenneté virtuelle pan-canadienne. Now more than ever, we are reminded that here in Canada, diversity is our strength. Aujourd'hui, plus que jamais, c'est l'occasion de se rappeler qu'au Canada, la diversité fait notre force. And as we open ourselves up to deeper, more meaningful, and thought-provoking discussions about race and identity, we collectively have an opportunity to bring about change to our communities and country as a whole. The simple act of celebrating and welcoming new Canadians sends a powerful message about the kind of Canada we want to live in. I can't think of a better way to ring in Canada Day. Je ne vois pas de meilleure façon de célébrer la fête de Canada. Au cours du mois qui précède la fête de Canada, nous célébrons le mois national de l'histoire autochtone afin de rendre hommage à l'histoire, aux traditions et à la diversité des peuples autochtones du Canada. It's also an opportunity to recognize the strength of present-day Indigenous communities. It's a time for learning about appreciating and acknowledging the contributions First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people have made in shaping Canada. J'ai maintenant le plaisir et l'honneur de vous présenter Patricia et Mackenzie Brown, un duo mère-fille joueuse de tambour originaire de Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation de la province d'Alberta. Now it's my pleasure and honor to introduce all of you to Patricia and Mackenzie Brown. They are a mother-daughter duo, drumming duo from Sturgeon Lake Cree Nation in Alberta. They've written their own songs to share with us today. And I want to recognize that since this event is being held online, a singular land acknowledgement does not capture the richness of our distribution across many locations in Canada and around the world. So I would like to take a moment to recognize that the land on which I gather here in Ottawa is the traditional, unceded, and unsurrendered land of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe peoples. Par conséquent, j'aimerais prendre quelques instants pour souligner que le territoire sur lequel je me trouve à Ottawa est le territoire non cédé des Algonquins et des Anishinaabe. Je vous invite à prendre quelques instants pour réfléchir au territoire sur lequel vous vous trouvez et pour reconnaître les contributions des peuples indigènes et votre communauté et notre pays. I encourage you to take a moment to reflect on the land on which you gather and to recognize the contributions of Indigenous peoples to your community and our country.
Tansei from beautiful Jasper National Park. We have a beautiful word in our culture and we use it for welcome, but what it actually means is we have room, and the word is tawau. And it means we have room in our teepee, we have room in our hearts, we have room physically, and we have room in our country. And we're so happy to welcome you into that in this momentous occasion.
We would just like to, again, congratulate you guys all on getting your citizenship today. I know that for a lot of you, this has been a really long journey, and I'm really happy to say welcome home, welcome to Canada, and I hope that you guys have a fantastic rest of your celebration. Kinanaskumtin.
Thank you so much for that beautiful performance. Merci beaucoup et miigwech. Again, for those at home who may just be joining us, welcome to our celebration of citizenship. That was Warrior Women. The name of that song, Sakitoen, means love. Le titre de cette chanson, Sakitoen, signifie amour. An apt message for our celebration today, because at the core of this celebration is a love of Canada, our home. Un message qui convient parfaitement à notre célébration aujourd'hui, parce qu'au cœur de cette célébration brûle notre amour de Canada, notre foyer. And it's one we share with all Canadians, whether they've been here 5 weeks, 5 years, or their ancestors have been here for 5,000 years. Today, we'll celebrate the choice of 19 individuals from 13 different countries to become a permanent part of the Canadian family. Aujourd'hui, nous célébrons le choix de 19 personnes de 13 pays différents, de régions, définitivement la grande famille canadienne. Today, we celebrate their journey, their choice to make Canada their chosen home, and all the richness of their experiences and traditions that they bring with them. Aujourd'hui, nous célébrons le parcours, le choix de faire de Canada le foyer, et toute la richesse des expériences et traditions qu'elle apporte avec elle. These candidates for citizenship will be joining us from the East Coast to the West Coast to our northern territories. But these folks have waited a long time for this moment, so let's not make them wait any longer.
Happy Canada Day and welcome to your citizenship ceremony. Bonne fête du Canada et bienvenue à votre cérémonie de citoyenneté. I would like to acknowledge that I'm presiding over this citizenship ceremony on traditional territories located in Montreal, near two Mohawk communities, Kanesatake and Kanawake. J'aimerais souligner que les terres où je me trouve pour présider cette cérémonie de citoyenneté sont situées à Montréal, près de deux communautés Mohawk, Kanesatake et Kanawake.
Hello and happy Canada Day. Bonjour et bonne fête du Canada. Welcome to this special citizenship ceremony, the first ever, where participants from all over the country, including every province and two territories, will be sworn into the family of Canadians at the very same time. Bienvenue à cette cérémonie de citoyenneté virtuelle spatiale, la toute première cérémonie de citoyenneté à laquelle participent des gens de toutes les provinces et de deux territoires. Bienvenue tout le monde. As we begin, I would like to acknowledge that I'm joining you from the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit and the Haudenosaunee. Avant de commencer, je tiens à souligner que je me joins à la cérémonie de citoyenneté aujourd'hui en provenance du territoire traditionnel des Mississaugas du Credit et de Haudenosaunee. And I'd also like to thank our wonderful performers, the Warrior Women, for allowing us to commence this special ceremony in the right way. Thanking for making room for all of us. Merci. I also want to acknowledge the Institute for Canadian Citizenship and Mars, with whom we've partnered today. Thank you for your advocacy and for supporting today's event. Judge Sphere, over to you.
Thank you. In accordance with the provisions of the Citizenship Act, you all have met all the requirements of the Citizenship Act and are now ready to take the oath of citizenship, the final legal requirement to become a Canadian citizen. Conformément aux dispositions de la loi sur la citoyenneté, vous avez tous répondu à toutes les exigences de la loi sur la citoyenneté et êtes maintenant prêts à prononcer le serment de citoyenneté, la dernière exigence juridique pour devenir citoyen canadien. Many of you have left their countries of origin with dreams, with hopes, or with projects in a quest of a new existence, striving for a better life. Vous avez probablement laissé derrière vous des familles, des amis et des souvenirs en espérant une vie meilleure au Canada. Despite obstacles facing you, you continue to achieve success. On one hand, to show the host society that if you are here by choice or by force, you intend to contribute to the advancement of the country. And on the other hand, to prove to yourself that you have made the right choice to be here. I can confirm to you that we definitely all made the right choice to be here. On a sans doute tous fait le bon choix d'être ici. Car le Canada qui accueille à bras ouverts tous ceux qui désirent s'y installer et leur offre des opportunités inouïes, nous le confirme constamment. Dans quelques minutes, vous serez citoyen d'un pays qui respecte et protège tous les droits et libertés de chacun de ses citoyens. In Canada, all citizens are equal before and under the law. We all have freedom of thought, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of peaceful assembly. Nous sommes tous égaux devant la loi et nous avons tous la liberté de penser, d'expression, de religion et de réunion pacifique. Au Canada, la femme est égale à l'homme. Equality between women and men is enshrined in the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. As a Canadian citizen, you have the right to vote, or if you wish to run as a candidate in municipal, provincial, and federal elections. En tant que citoyen canadien, vous avez le droit de voter. Et si vous le désirez, de vous présenter en tant que candidat aux élections municipales, provinciales et fédérales. You are free to live and work in any province or territory. Vous avez le droit de vivre et travailler dans les provinces ou territoires de votre choix, certainement lorsque le déconfinement soit complet. Canadian citizenship also comes with responsibilities, such as obeying the law, serving your own needs and those of your family, being on a jury when you're asked to do so, and voting in elections. La citoyenneté canadienne s'accompagne également de responsabilités telles que respecter les lois, répondre à ses propres besoins et à ceux de sa famille, faire partie d'un jury lorsqu'on est invité à le faire, voter aux élections et protéger notre environnement et notre patrimoine. Protecting our environment and our heritage is one of our responsibilities as Canadian citizens. As for the official languages, as you know, Canada has two, English and French. You have the right to be served in the official language of your choice when doing business with the federal government. En vivant au Canada, vous avez le droit d'apprendre les deux langues officielles, j'allais dire vous et votre famille, et c'est sans doute le cas. Alors, vous avez le droit d'apprendre les deux langues officielles, le français et l'anglais, et je vous encourage fortement à le faire. En tant que citoyen canadien, il faut nous rappeler que des milliers de braves Canadiens ont donné leur vie pour la protection de ces droits et libertés. The commitment to Canada of our men and women in uniform should never be forgotten. Before to conclude, I can tell you that we may not be a perfect country, but we try our best to make a good living to all Canadians and make Canada and the world a better and safer place. This coronavirus crisis has taught us a lot, and above all, confirmed to us that we are all in the same boat and that we all need each other, regardless of our origins, our race, our skin color, our social class, our beliefs. We are all vulnerable, but above all, useful and sometimes essential. Quand la crise du coronavirus passera, il ne faudra pas oublier que l'essentiel, ce ne sont pas nos différences, mais la nécessité de travailler tous ensemble. Et si on est capable de le faire en temps de crise, ça serait tellement bien et beau de le faire aussi quand ça va bien. And this beautiful mosaic of Canadian society will continue to weave through time thanks to the contributions of all those who populate Canada. Thank you.
Merci. Thank you, Judge Sphere. I'm so excited to be participating in today's virtual citizenship ceremony with all of you. You've worked so hard to get to this moment, and it's been worth it because we're about to make history. This is the first time ever new citizens will take the oath of citizenship from all over the country at the very same time. The idea of hosting a cross-country virtual citizenship ceremony, Canada Day, wasn't by design. As is often the case in history, the idea of today's Canada Day celebration was shaped by events beyond our control and born out of a necessity to evolve. Thanks to some innovative thinking and the wonders of technology, we've overcome the vast geographic distances between us, bonded by one of the most memorable steps you will ever take in becoming Canadian. Among the many different responsibilities that I carry out as the Minister of Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship, the one that means the most to me on a personal level is welcoming newcomers to the family of citizenship. There is something unique, something dignified, and even transformational about the act of becoming a citizen that is difficult to put into words. Perhaps that's because it's near impossible to express the sentiment of what it means to welcome someone into a country with warmth, open arms, and a smile. All I can tell you is that I see it in the eyes of the citizens I have sworn in. Their hopes, their aspirations, their dreams all reside now collectively within the Canadian spirit. And if this year has taught us anything, it's that not even a once-in-a-century global pandemic can dampen the strength and resilience of the Canadian spirit. Each of you has made incredible sacrifices just to get here. You've come from countries that are found all over the world. Having arrived in Canada, you've had to explore your new country, learn a new language or two, get your kids set up at school or get into one yourself, find work, look for a home, and lastly, pass the citizenship test. Congratulations. But now you're ready to achieve this next milestone as part of the journey of building a new life here in Canada. We've all had to adapt over these last few months, including those of us who work in government. Notre gouvernement n'a pas eu le choix de s'adapter au cours des derniers mois et d'adopter de nouvelles pratiques pour faire face à cette nouvelle réalité temporaire. Et la cérémonie virtuelle que nous vivons présentement est un bon exemple. Elle nous permet de réunir aujourd'hui de futurs citoyens d'un nation à l'autre qui portent avec eux des bagages différents les uns des autres, mais qui ont choisi le Canada comme terre d'accueil. As we reflect on what it means to be Canadian, let's remember the values that unite us: a belief in the dignity of every individual, the freedom to express oneself, to love who you choose, and to participate fully in our democracy. We're also proud of our diversity, which is at the heart of the immigrant story. Did you know there are over 250 ethnicities living in communities across Canada? This makes us one of the most diverse countries in the world. This diversity has always been and will continue to be one of Canada's greatest strengths. Le jour de la fête du Canada, nous nous rappelons et chérissons les nombreux droits, libertés et responsabilités que nous partageons en tant que citoyens de ces pays forts, diversifiés et inclusifs. Equally, we must take this opportunity to acknowledge that Indigenous peoples have been on this land since time immemorial. Reconciliation requires an ongoing commitment towards a renewed relationship that is based on a recognition of the inherent right to self-determination, which must be rooted in mutual respect, trust, and partnership. While Canada remains a work in progress, we share a profound commitment to equality and inclusion. That's why we must remain vigilant against racism, injustice, and hate in all their forms. We must acknowledge racism exists in Canada. We must categorically reject it, and we must work together to enact the meaningful reforms that are necessary to reduce systemic barriers, build confidence in our institutions, and ensure that every individual is treated equally, with dignity, and with respect. As active citizens, you have an important role to play in this common cause. While Canadian citizenship may represent something different for each of you, it is more than just a moment in time or something that is memorialized on a certificate. Aujourd'hui, votre histoire devient partie de l'histoire du Canada et l'histoire du Canada devient partie de la vôtre. Impliquez-vous et devenez un citoyen actif. Vous contribuerez à définir et à façonner notre grand pays grâce à vos compétences et à vos talents. Je n'ai aucun doute. Active citizenship is about being engaged in your communities. It's about learning the history of Canada, but also helping to shape today and tomorrow. Explore this amazingly vast, diverse, beautiful country. Experience the outdoors. Visit our parks, take in the mountains, the prairies, the north, and our oceans. But please do it safely, especially now. Keep your distance. Wear a mask when you're around other people in public, and always wash your hands. Find a cause that you are passionate about. Get involved. Advocate for it. Create change. Our democracy is a powerful vehicle for progress, but it depends on your engagement. It depends on you. By being active in your citizenship, you strengthen our communities. And this is what we've seen throughout the pandemic. Life has been challenging this year, but what has allowed us to meet these challenges thus far is that we Canadians look out for each other. We care for each other, especially when times are tough. We see it in the acts of generosity, compassion, and the giving back. We see it in the tireless work among our healthcare workers and the members of our Canadian Armed Forces. We also see contributions from our businesses, our volunteers, our youth, and yes, immigrants and newcomers too. Immigrants have stepped up in some extraordinary ways, helping to meet our most pressing needs in health, food, and other essential services. Contributions like these are a reminder that you and immigrants all over the country have much to contribute. We are grateful for what you add to our country, and we know that we will be the better for it. And so, as you take your oath, let us remember and reaffirm the values of openness, inclusion, and diversity in a free and democratic Canada. With citizenship comes the responsibility that we have to respect the Charter and our laws, as well as the respect that we owe to one another. As we welcome you to the family of citizenship, I am confident that you will actively continue to make Canada a better place, a place we can all be proud to call home. So, without any further delay, join me now as we recite the oath of citizenship together. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I swear
I swear
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and bear true allegiance
to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II,
to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth
II,
Queen of Canada,
Queen of Canada,
Canada,
her heirs and successors,
her heirs and successors,
and that I will faithfully observe
that I will
faithfully
observe
and I will faithfully observe
the laws of Canada
the
laws
laws
of
Canada
and fulfill my duties
and fulfill my duties
my duties
as a Canadian citizen.
as
as
a
a
Canadian
Canadian
citizen.
Maintenant, en français, je jure
Je
Jure
jure
que je serai fidèle
que je serai fidèle
et porterai
et porterai
sincère allégeance
sincère allégeance
à Sa Majesté,
à Sa Majesté,
Sa Majesté,
la Reine Elizabeth II,
la Reine Elisabeth II,
Elizabeth
Reine du Canada,
Reine du Canada,
du Canada,
à ses héritiers
héritier
et successeurs,
successeur,
que j'observerai
J'observerai
fidèlement
fidèlement
les lois du Canada
du Canada
du Canada
et que je remplirai
que je remplirai
loyalement
réellement
mes obligations
mes obligations
de citoyenne canadienne.
citoyenne canadienne.
We did it! Congratulations!
Hey!
Welcome home. Bienvenue à la maison.
Félicitations tout le monde, félicitations, bravo, bravo. Il me fait grand plaisir d'être parmi les premiers à vous appeler officiellement citoyen canadien et de témoigner de ce grand jour pour vous qui veut dire grand chose. Une petite note, il ne faut pas oublier qu'à partir de ce moment, le Canada compte sur vous comme sur tous ses citoyens. Félicitations tout le monde, bravo.
Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. Congratulations. And now we're going to turn it over to my good friend, Yasser Naqvi. Yasser.
Well, thank you, Minister Mendocino, and congratulations to our newest Canadian citizens. This is such a beautiful image to see people hugging each other, families and kids. Omer, I don't know why you took away your baby. She was beautiful in the background, so bring her back. As we mentioned, my name is Yasser Naqvi, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Institute for Canadian Citizenship. Je m'appelle Yasser Naqvi. Je suis chef de la direction de l'Institut pour la citoyenneté canadienne. And what a beautiful ceremony. I always get emotional when attending a citizenship ceremony. And in my job, I get to attend a lot of these. And it always takes me back to almost 30 years ago when I became a Canadian citizen. It just feels like yesterday. So congratulations to every single one of you. For those who don't know, the Institute for Canadian Citizenship is a national, nonprofit, and charitable organization. And our mission is to build a future where all people, policies, and places are inclusive. We have been hosting celebrations like this one in person all over Canada for the past 15 years in every province and territory. Nous organisons des célébrations comme celle-ci en personne dans tout le Canada depuis 15 ans, dans chaque province et territoire. You think that after attending that many citizenship ceremonies that this would get old, but it never does. And I think today is a great example where we are making history, as it has been mentioned before, by hosting our first cross-country virtual citizenship ceremony. I never stop being grateful and inspired by the people like yourselves taking their oath and by the communities that rally beside them. I would like to thank Tim Hortons for providing celebratory refreshments for our new Canadians and their families to enjoy at home after the ceremony. Since we cannot serve you something here today at the ceremony, we want to make sure you get something at home. A wonderful gesture by Tim Hortons of community and welcome. Thank you. Je souhaite remercier Tim Hortons pour les rafraîchissements offerts à nos nouveaux Canadiens et Canadiennes et leurs familles pour célébrer ces moments chez eux après la cérémonie. On m'a vu exemple de fraternité et l'ouverture. Merci. I actually remember the first time a new neighbor brought my family a box of Timbits. It was a moment I will never forget, probably the first time I had Timbits in my life. And that simple act of kindness has stayed with me and inspired me to keep working to build more inclusive communities and a more inclusive Canada. I hope you take that challenge as well. So for all of you joining us today to celebrate with these new citizens from across the country, thank you. Each of you are sharing in this act of kindness and community. And this has a ripple effect. It inspires and grows because one small act always leads to other. And in times like these, this is exactly what we need. We need to stand together. At the beginning of the ceremony, it was mentioned that there were 19 individuals from 13 countries who are becoming Canadian citizens. Now, you are all part of one Canadian family. Bienvenue à famille canadienne. Welcome to the Canadian family.
Thank you. Given the fact that we are witnessing a unique virtual citizenship ceremony and very special, now a special message from our Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. Notre Premier ministre aimerait vous féliciter à sa façon.
Thank you for choosing Canada. We're so glad you're a part of our country, what it is today and what it will be tomorrow as we build it together. Congratulations, Canadians, and welcome home. Merci d'avoir choisi le Canada. Nous sommes très heureux que vous fassiez partie de notre pays, de ce qu'il est aujourd'hui et de ce qu'il sera demain, alors que nous le bâtissons ensemble. Félicitations à vous, Canadiens, et bienvenue chez vous.
Alors, félicitations encore une fois tout le monde. Et à partir de ce moment, comme je l'ai dit tout à l'heure, le Canada compte sur vous, comme sur tous ses citoyens, pour mettre la table au suivant. Car ceux qui étaient là avant nous ont travaillé très fort pour hisser notre pays au plus haut rang et ils ont placé la barre très très haute. Maintenant, c'est à nous, les citoyens canadiens, et vous en faites partie, de réfléchir à comment nous pourrons nous engager envers notre pays. Our contributions can be different and on several levels. Each of us is invited to contribute with his skills, his passions, his experiences, by devoting time to volunteer in our communities. Our society needs all of us. Et notre société a besoin de nous tous pour donner l'exemple aux nouvelles générations. De mon côté, il ne me reste qu'à vous souhaiter une longue vie paisible et prospère dans le pays que vous avez choisi de faire vôtre. Félicitations et bienvenue dans la grande famille canadienne. As for me, I leave you now with my warmest wishes for a long, peaceful and prosperous life in this your chosen land. Minister Menechino.
Merci encore, Madame le juge. Seulement pour partager quelques paroles en conclusion. Félicitations. C'est un moment très spécial. C'est un moment historique pour moi, pour tout le monde. And I just want to say congratulations. Thank you all for participating in today's historic event. Thank you all for taking this journey to become Canadian. And thank you all for choosing Canada. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Merci.
Happy Canada Day, everyone.
Happy Canada Day, everyone.
Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day.
Bonne fête du Canada. Bonne fête du Canada, tout le monde.
Bonne fête du Canada.
Bonne fête du Canada.
Wow, it doesn't get more Canadian than that. I hope everyone has a massive smile on their face. Congratulations to our newest Canadians. Thank you to our volunteers and our anthem singers from right across the country. Félicitations, merci beaucoup. And I'd just like to take a second, if you'll indulge me, to talk about why moments like these are so important. Yes, they are patriotic and heartwarming, but for me and for a lot of people, it's so much more than that. Oui, ils touchent notre fibre patriotique et notre cour, mais pour moi et pour bien d'autres, ils sont bien plus que cela. Since the pandemic began, there's been a rise in anti-immigrant discrimination, a reaction of fear brought on by crisis. We're in a moment of awakening where long-standing oppression of Black and Indigenous communities and people of color are coming to the fore, and where thankfully people are responding and saying no more. So we could look at today's ceremony as simple flag waving on Canada Day, or we can see it the way I see it. A declaration that we celebrate all people, no matter who they are, where they're from, what they look like, or what God they worship. Alors, vous pouvez voir la cérémonie d'aujourd'hui comme un simple drapeau que l'on brandit pour la fête du Canada, ou vous pouvez la voir comme je la vois, une déclaration que nous célébrons toutes les personnes, peu importe qui elles sont, d'où elles viennent, à qui elles ressemblent et quel Dieu elles vénèrent. And I know that this is what our organizers had in mind too. They collaborated on this project to spread the message of inclusion, unity, and hope. The Institute for Canadian Citizenship actually launched a campaign early in the pandemic to recognize the contributions of immigrants during the pandemic. Their CEO, Yasser Nakvi, an old Ottawa friend of mine who you met earlier, told me that in the face of all these anxieties people have about their health, finances, and families, we want to encourage Canadians to choose connection over fear. In defiance of discrimination, we must choose inclusion. So this next bit is our celebration of those new citizens who give back so much to Canada. Thank you for all you do. Alors la partie que suit est notre célébration de ces nouveaux citoyens qui rendent tellement au Canada. Merci pour tout ce que vous faites.
Hello, my name is Ellen Hong.
My name is Farhad Zibo.
My name is Jerome Espetal.
My name is Joyce Aniscol Genova, and I am a continuing care assistant.
I am a healthcare aide in Calgary, Alberta.
I'm a registered practical nurse in Kemptville, Ontario.
While most people are staying home,
we are working for you.
I was not born here in Canada, but this is my home.
And mine.
Et le mien.
We leave our homes so you can stay safe in yours.
Because we are in this together.
I am your pharmacist.
I am your healthcare aide.
I am your security officer.
I am your physiotherapist.
I am your optomechanical designer.
We are not taking your jobs.
We are proudly contributing to the country we all call home.
Because we are in this together.
So when we emerge from our homes,
when the streets are bustling again and the parks are full,
will you remember?
Vote to souvenir.
When your friend shares a racist joke.
When you cast your next vote.
Will you remember?
Will you remember that I was the one caring for your grandmother?
Helping to restock your grocery store.
That I was the one staffing your hospitals.
Will you remember that I was the one you clapped for?
So let this make us kinder.
Let this make us better.
Let this make us more inclusive,
compassionate,
and united.
Because we are all in this together.
I was there for you when things were dark.
So when the light shines again, will you remember?
Je peux vous dire que je me rappellerai sans aucun doute de vos contributions. Merci, merci, merci. And thank you to the Institute for Canadian Citizenship for putting that together. Last week, citizenship judge Rania Sfair joined Yasser Nakvi of the Institute for Canadian Citizenship and Young Wu, CEO of Mars Discovery District, to sit down and chat with recent new Canadian citizens who are working on the front lines of the coronavirus pandemic all across Canada. They shared stories of their journeys to Canada, their work here now, and a vision for a more inclusive Canada. Ils ont raconté leur voyage pour atteindre le Canada, le travail ici, et leur vision de Canada plus inclusif. Let's take a watch.
Anin bonjour, everybody. Sego, tanse, kwe, walalin, bonjour. and greetings from my heart to your heart.
My name is Tarek Adhan.
Moi, c'est Nada Samas, une Libanaise d'origine.
My name is Ellen Hong.
So my name is Claire Law.
Je me présente, c'est Jawad Nazek, donc je suis d'origine marocaine.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gaurav Mehta.
Donc, moi, c'est Kosibi Amuzo. Je suis originaire du Togo.
My name is Matthew. I'm originally from Brisbane, Australia.
My name is Christophe Putina.
Alors bonjour, mon nom est Rania Sfer et je serai l'animatrice de cette discussion en table ronde virtuelle dont vous êtes les participants et les invités. Je suis située à Montréal, près de deux communautés Mohawk, Kanesatake et Kanawake. Les discussions en table ronde de l'ICC sont l'occasion unique de partager vos ambitions, ce que vous pensez de la valeur de la citoyenneté active, votre parcours personnel de citoyenneté et plus encore, ce que représente pour vous le fait de devenir citoyen de ce pays.
And it is our custom to think good things, to hear good things, to see good things, to speak good things, to feel good things. And then I offer those wishes for each and every one of you today.
We launched our Stand Together video, which some of you even starred in, to send a clear message that we can't allow this pandemic to take us backward, that we are a country of immigrants, a country that values and celebrates all of our diversity, that we are a country that is inclusive.
Moi, je suis une personne qui est très dynamique, qui veut rendre service à tout le monde. Puis d'ailleurs, quand j'ai su que je pouvais plus travailler en service de garde parce que il y avait des éducatrices qui revenaient, ben j'ai essayé de travailler en CHSLD dans les hôpitaux et tout.
I am currently working right now at Milton District Hospital as a medical laboratory technician, ECG technician. So what I do is after this nurse has done a triage with the patient, for example, a chest pain, they come to me, I do the ECG, I do the blood work.
The work I do is looking after people with complex needs, so people with depression, schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, substance use disorder. When they come to the hospital, most of the patients I look after are coming from shelters or group homes where the COVID-19 is quite relevant.
So in 2012, when the war started in Syria, our factory was bombed by an airstrike that really forced many of my family members to leave our homeland. In 2013, I lost many of my family members who were killed, who went arrested, who went missing, and it was just a time for us to leave.
They came here for a better future. They risked everything just to create an opportunity for their families and their children.
Something that really touched me during the pandemic was how much people start caring about each other. We start calling back our family, our grandparents. We start caring about the neighbor, asking how they feel, helping them with some groceries run. So I really like that mindset of coming together during a time of crisis.
I always strive for inclusion anyway, regardless. And I always think lead by example, so that's what I always strive to do. Very proud to be a frontline worker.
Je suis ukrainienne. Je suis venue au Canada en 2015, à la fin de 2015, de l'Ukraine avec ma famille, avec des petits-enfants. Maintenant, je travaille au Parlement.
I think that Canada is the most inclusive country that I've ever seen, that I've ever been. But there's always room for improvement.
At 5 years old, you were seeing with your heart, not with your eyes. So they can see beyond races, origins, skin color, beliefs, social class, genders, sexual orientations. So they can see that we are all the same. We are all humans, and this is the most important. Merci, ICC, et à la prochaine.
Hello, I'm Adrian Clarkson.
And I'm John Ralston-Saul.
Congratulations to you all you new Canadian citizens taking part in Canada's first ever coast to coast to coast virtual citizenship ceremony. Nous célébrons pas seulement vous, nos nouveaux concitoyens, mais notre engagement tous dont l'appartenance et l'inclusion. C'est ça la citoyenneté. Ce sont les valeurs qui nous lient les uns aux autres. Now you know we're living through a different and a unique time.
Partout dans le monde, nous sommes pris, nous tous, dans multiples turbulences. C'est un moment de danger et de tragédie, mais aussi de vérité, d'engagement et de possibilités. En plein centre de cette turbulence, vous devenez citoyen du Canada. C'est votre destin. Un moment difficile, mais aussi un moment de changement important. This is Canada Day, a day of celebration. For you, a double celebration. And let's all remember that while citizenship is about rights and safety and friendship and community and belonging, it is also about the never-ending hard work of building egalitarianism and inclusion, finding that essential relationship between diversity and supporting each other. Happy Canada Day.
Joyeuse fête du Canada.
Et voilà, mes amis, our celebration has come to an end, but I hope that today's message of hope and inclusion continues to resonate. Notre célébration arrive à sa fin. I wish you all a happy and safe rest of your Canada Day. Congratulations to our newest citizens. Thank you to our viewers who are tuning in from right across the country and beyond. And to all Canadians, happy Canada Day, joyeuse fête de Canada. And I've been waiting to hold up my massive flag. Happy Canada Day, everyone.